So this is a loaded release. This is me releasing an AI generated, along with me, working together, of course, very, very coded for me. This is what I listen to. But it's hard to like relate life experience. And 20 years ago, I was done with my engineering degree. And I was telling my friends that we were going to be able to make art with computers. I was making art with them. We had already stolen Adobe Photoshop, you know what I mean? Like in the era of LimeWire, it wasn't just MP3s we were sharing in that Napster era. Um, so you were able to download a copy of Adobe Photoshop, an older copy before they had the crazy. There was a whole war that they had basically trying to make sure that everybody bought their stuff. But the point is, here I am, 20 years old, 23 years ago. I've had Adobe Photoshop at home for like 5-6 years. So I've used professional image editing tools. I was running punk rock shows and I would help them to make flyers. So we go to a gas station, you find a Xerox, and we would, with scissors and Scotch tape and a marker, we would use a gas station. You could make a flyer with a couple printouts, and you might waste a few sheets, but we were able to produce quarter sheet flyers with scissors, a marker, and tape. And you look at this and you look at art, in this era, I was young, I was looking at modern art, I was in college, right? So I had to take the electives and all that. I wasn't a very art-driven person as a young person. I moved a lot, so I was never really socially celebrated, so my art never got celebrated. Art is mostly popularity, in my opinion, okay? Anyways, there's real talent that people develop in all sorts of things. We'll get to that later. So, I tried to talk to my friends then, my college buddies. We had thousands of hours of conversations about this, and they hated me because I was the engineer, they were the artists. I edited the literary journal, they were English majors, like it was all upside down because I was influential in my own way. I told them that what we were doing, writing is the easiest stuff. We were already entering it into forums, and I already knew that it was available to me, so it's available to any ambitious individual with it doesn't even take that much money to start capturing this stuff. It didn't in this era. And the people who did start capturing it are like Mark Zuckerberg. It's what he did is he created a platform that you tie into and you gave him everything, right? That's the way to understand it. That's where the crime happened. He packaged and sold things that were apparently private. That's gross, right? So AI art is now here. And for me, I was a community organizer, and my focus was the venue and keeping a community around the venue, engaging young artists, giving them a platform to speak. Just people, the necessity of human beings feeling recognized is just readily apparent, and it's something that our terrible media exacerbates because it has really nasty themes, like through almost all media now. It's just really nasty assumptions and compromises that people have codified. It's like it's permanently adopting sickness. So the system is grinding to a halt right now, is what I talk about all the time as Pan Fryer. I took this, I made an album. Nobody has to like it or appreciate it. You can riddle it with criticism. It's not like it's been a huge effort. I'm not that vested because it was pretty much fucking free. And I told them this 20 years ago, that once people are making their own shit for free, there's a quality that your own art has for you. that feedback loop. We are in an era where you can make a mantra that is danceable out of anything you write on a fucking napkin. You can talk to ChatGPT about it and get it elaborated. A lot of this work in here, I started with a simple prompt to ChatGPT. It gave me a framework. I edited that. It changed my work. You'll see some of these are pan SOC. On Suno site it will be. I got to get to work on downloading those, by the way, but I want to get this stuff off my chest. Pan stream of consciousness. So some of it is stuff that I stream of consciousness wrote, which I've been doing stream of consciousness journaling into social media for my entire adult life. And I do it because I realized very early that there was a quality to the data of that era. I knew by extension that if we were going to be automatically generating, art that is competing with actually produced art by people, right? I mean, by actually produced by people art. Damn it, I lost my point. If we are going to be producing art this readily, it's very hard to sell it. Oh, the data is changing. Dead internet theory is what they call it now. I was writing about it in 2009. It was obviously going to come as they massed our data. And eventually, the thing is, I understood deep learning and fuzzy logic in college. 20 years ago, I had been educated at a university in deep logic and deep learning and fuzzy logic. And I went then online and I just continued that as a personal study. And AI and the AIs that they have made were obvious conclusions to us fucking around online and having this party, sharing around, socializing online like we weren't on a kept ship. So we really do have all sorts of things that have to be discussed, okay? I don't mind if people want to set aside what people have truly organically built. I would just caution people that a lot of organically built shit exists, right? That it is built by people. You might think it gives it a inherent quality. Whatever, right? It doesn't. You would be, if you were to go through artists releasing now and you got a real honest take on how much algorithm they're using, on how much feedback they're getting from it when they are using YouTube, right? That algorithm is influencing their taste every time it hits them, and they're just taking that and repackaging. What are they going to talk about? Why is their news cycle coming? We become translators in the media stream. And we're entering an era now where it's really interesting in America because we have a freedom of press. You are a press. What you say has just as much validity and placement as what a journalist says. And people are, oh my God, you have a responsibility to be critical thinking in who you're looking at. You have a responsibility to not be a sucker out online just getting taken all day. So we're moving into an era of automation and many things. Let's talk about talents and things that people do. So I was in elementary school. This was like fucking 4th grade. And my friend, I had a small friend group. We played Magic the Gathering. We played board games, Battletech, Warhammer. Yeah, I had models. I had a high elf army that I picked up secondhand, thank God, because my God, Warhammer was expensive. I did not have money like that. I never painted them or anything. I mean, it was just to have the pieces to play in the game because the game was so cool. We had a pool table. We'd put a plywood across that, have this giant battlefield with map and everything. Oh, it was awesome for the 90s. So, I was talking about me and youth gaming, something. Okay, talents, 4th grade. And when I was in I was going home from his house one time, and his dad was driving their car, and they kept notes on large index cards that had square holes punched in different places in each one of them. So I didn't know about punch cards. I mean, I'd heard like vague idea, but I'd never seen them in place. And I asked one day, he's driving, and I'll never forget everything about it. I'm in a minivan, a blue minivan that's all beat up. And this guy's a really awesome man. He very, very talented, very hardworking, diligent in those ways, right? Anyways, I asked him what those cards are, and his answer just, he said, they're my doctorate's thesis. I said, what? Because they're using them now to put grocery lists on and to-do lists, and they're just all around their kitchen. And I was in this house once every 2 weeks for 5-10 years for my freaking development, five years at least. He says, yeah, that's my doctorate's thesis. He goes, and it's all that it's been good for. Said, what do you mean? And it's my doctorate's thesis was in punch card programming. So he would literally punch the holes, and put the bitwise machine level coding into cards. And his doctorate's thesis was a crate of these cards. So, I mean, at this point, he is maybe 15 years past college. And he's still got so many of these cards left over. But when he graduated, he literally got his diploma a month after the commercialization of the magnetic drive. So you want to talk about it. This is the funniest part about artists, right? You guys want to talk suddenly. Assholes who couldn't pay attention in math, assholes who thought it was stupid to fucking get involved in the morass that was business, want to say that they can make a new system. There is so much going on that you can't just imagine you're going to replace. Okay? It is absolutely critical in life, in America, as a fucking tribe following the buffalo. It is critical that your dumbass doesn't sit down and get sad that buffalo left. You can get the drugs now. You can sit your ass happy right there. You can go to the same shit job. You can fucking take your fucking pills. You can have no further ambition in life. And you can spend all your time darting people with greater ambitions. That'll make you a typical fucking American. Anyways, you having a talent does not mean it has any placement in the economy. First fucking point. Okay? 2, we are entering into a historic fucking moment with transformational technology that's so low cost, this bum can use it to make a fucking gigantic album, release it, and listen to it for the rest of my life, feeling very self-satisfied, like a fucking album was made about me. And for real, songs have already been made about me. So if you want to act like I don't know what it would feel like, it would be so much better if I had a whole community riding my lap, you're talking at the wrong fucking person. You have no idea the heights that I reached, and the clarity of our era was so apparent once I was free of all the bullshit. I decided to focus my life on purpose, to give narrative to the change that I knew was happening. largely because of automation. And I'm an industrial controls engineer. I put vision guided robots in factories. They tried that in the 70s. Do you know why it failed? If your culture is full of sabotage and it doesn't collapse, maybe it just takes 60 fucking years for that to collapse until sabotage is such a norm. Don't worry about what someone else is doing with the AI. If you are so feeble as to be weaponized by those same idiots who never paid attention, who are simply out of date, you cannot bring the old game to the tech-empowered new standard. You cannot churn butter anymore. You can't punch cards anymore. And you can make beautiful music. Oh my God, and I love beautiful music, and I hope I don't disappoint my many, many favorite artists. I care that the artists that I appreciate find placement in the future. I advocate for UBI. I advocate for a mindfulness in our community of not leaving people behind, of a rotating cast of who is hype. We're not gonna launch someone out of the community and we can all sit there and go, that's our star, that's our shooting. Keep the fucker local. There is an energy, there's a human necessity to be a part of generational exchanges. If you choose to just ignore that, you will be functionally unfulfilled. All you ever had to do was chill the fuck out and listen to people who are educated. If you don't have these knowledges, if you know nothing about business, you've never been in a fucking boardroom, you don't expect the standard sabotage now, and you want to launch a project? If all they're doing is naysaying, go have fun with them, okay? Me and many others have every right to make our press. And even if we're using this AI, and if we in moments of effort just run circles around your whole city, don't get mad at us. Why is your city full of people who refuse to use technology in what's supposedly capitalism? Call it war. This is an imperative of existence that we have been comfortably insulated from, that is rapidly stepping into the American reality. So, sorry, but I'm not sorry. I can see the faces of 20 shitheads, wannabe artists whose art just sucked anyways. I mean, objectively, they lack talent. If you want to fucking get self-righteous as an artist, don't be a fucking asshole, right? Don't have some fucking talent, okay? Don't act like you're defending talent when you don't know what the fuck it is. And I'm not a guy who's just casting this out at nobody. I'm a guy who ran community centers for years. I'm the guy who had young artists telling me I changed their life before I was 25. Anyways, I hope that if you listen to this, I hope that you can see it for what it is. Made for a future where we all just casually generate a song about today. On a good day, why not? On a bad day, let's make a song about the lesson. We are now in an era where you should be making a fucking album every month. What are you doing? Why? Why hide? You are nevertheless empowered to be on this stage. So your absence is just your lack of adaptation. You can be the sinking sort. I know that in most cases in my life, people have always just said that out of trying to get out of a conversation about how real our shifts that were taking effect locally were. We are in a good bit of trouble in the Midwest. You know, the manufacturing base, what Detroit was, we've got people who still insist it still is, which is insane. They won't go down there. They'll say this from fucking the north, out at a fucking bar with a bunch of retirees and me. So they don't know the game where we're connected online already. Their whole game does not understand what happens when every move they make is instantly global. So we're going to face right now an incredible moment. There's two possibilities for how this goes. We currently have the World Wide Web, sat on by the West. Fact. China is about to make their web. They're going to have an entirely new supplanting infrastructure shortly. We're fortunate that they are tolerating us. Still, they're not. I think they're trying to pull the rug slow enough that, you know, like the frog in boiling water, the boomers won't notice, and they certainly haven't. You know, they don't understand what's happening in the economy at all, right? China is the fucking global epicenter of the economy now, and, you know, adapting to that as Americans, we have. This is the thing, okay? Let me appeal to Americanism. What is it to be American? There's a history that, sure, we're not entirely proud of. To me, I take the Constitution as a social contract. I like the idea that led to the revolution, common sense, Thomas Paine. You know, the necessity of this system to sponsor and support what's going on. It's a civic necessity for each of us to honor the social contract. If you, doesn't matter what your historical wrongs that you've had or anything, when you step into a contract, what does that mean to you? And you were born into this one. You say you don't want it, but you have no idea what it would be like without it. We're getting a slight taste of when someone runs roughshod over the contract. It can get systemic. That doesn't mean it's the only problem in society. We are learning to notice these other things, and you're going to be shocked to find out that it comes down to personal character across the board. Are you trustworthy? Can we let you know anything? Can we let you talk to the community? Because America is trying to give us freedom. And people grab that idea and then shit on their neighbor. They don't honor the social contract as it's explicitly written. The less we break rules, the better. America was fabled to be a place where the rich were held on level. We've now got, I mean, that was the big story when I was growing up. We've got Epstein, we've got Weinstein. We know it's both sides. They're just rampantly pillaging the country with all this monopoly money, right? Anyways, it's going to take a mass consciousness for us to just turn and look at them and say, guys, why? Do you benefit from having warfare other places? And some of them will be Malthusian. Some of them are going to say some shit like, I don't want too many people. We'll become overpopulated. Those toxic people are now screaming about how they want their kids to have babies. Guys, they're insane. These people are all around me. I don't think having a baby is some intrinsically fulfilling part of life, guys. I mean, life is when you give life a chance, right? And you know what the thing is with your baby, your fucking ego's all over that shit. When it's someone else's baby and you still care about its entire future, you care about its dignity today, that's community organizing. Who has done it? Streamers try it for a while, and then cliques in their community say, oh, it's got to go this way or this clique is gone. I ran the community center where 5 bands came in 5 times a week with all their cliques and supporting. I broke up fights between these kids. Once. That was a total ninja reality moment, by the way. Like, this was when I was training to fight. And I was running door at my little spot. The space was 600 square feet. We would throw like punk rock shows and stuff and have various clubs, social clubs that we would host. I would host there, basically. I ran it every day. And the one guy is out in front, and then this kid comes walking in, sauntering, and I see him, and I just know, I feel it, you know, it's when somebody's coming in, especially a young person, they're tense, and most people are tense walking into a fight. If you find somebody who's not tense, watch out. That's the person who can, that's very dangerous. But they're also very capable. They're great at defense. You know what I mean? Like, if people can't do that, they can't stop some exploitation. That's you want your actual authoritative force to be wildly capable, right? Because if they're not capable, they just get used as a tool by a smarter politician. Anyways, he pulled back and he got one punch off. And he started to pull back again. And I was behind him. And I threw my arm over here on his shoulder. And I swept him. I threw his legs over me, right? Like grabbed him and rotated him around and laid him on, it was asphalt, and there was a cement bumper. And his head, you know, I didn't slam him on, I literally gently put him down, right? So when I'm doing this, I roll him over. This kid his plan is, you know, his plan of assaulting this guy at my venue. This is how it went. So I had him, pulled him away from the guy he had just assaulted, and laid him down. And his head was on the cement bumper thing. Didn't very carefully, gently laid him down. But then I picked my fists up. I put him right in his face. And I said, "You do not fight in my fucking venue." Last fight that I ever had. It was pretty early. Security is a stupid role, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, I was stupid for even what I did. I threw. There's some other stories when I was downtown. Absolutely wild, right? But I'm the guy who did all that. So if anybody has a right to use AI for it, if I literally provided venues and, you know, gave dozens and dozens of bands and artists space to do their art in local communities and empower what they were doing, who bring it. Let's have a fucking conversation. Okay, and I hope your art isn't shit, because I hung out with wicked smart artists. Not smart enough. They were still the best artists in our city, but they wanted the artist future. They wanted to carve out a place, and they were making allies and networking, because suddenly these assholes who can't play a lick of chess are gonna like figure out how to network and maneuver. So I made this album for me, and listen to it, and you're gonna feel, if you actually follow it, maybe you'll feel some of the things like frustrations, things I celebrate. Some of it's exaggerated, right? I'll own it. Not a lot. Most of it's pretty factually true. But now I'm gonna let it speak for itself, which is how you should present art. So enjoy it if you would like, and regardless of if you acknowledge it, it's going to be in YouTube's record very shortly, which is soon to be everybody's record. You don't have to argue with anybody. Make it a song. And when you've been through as much of this as I've been, you become really, really crazy sharp at your critique. Oh, so with no further ado, VLC in here yet? Okay. Do. Well, also, there's a couple of streamers mentioned. It's not all the streamers that I hung out in the past year. Certainly not in my history. There's many streamers who I spent time around who I'm grateful for the time we spent together, and who deserve a song that does something silly and helps make them sound fun. That's always been a problem. When I was doing the shows, I was throwing the after parties, and so I got known for those parties pretty quick. And one day there's some young men sitting outside smoking while I'm running the door. And they were talking about just power drinking and making themselves ill with it, which even then, right, I've, since I was a teenager, been relatively health conscious. I was raised on a standard American diet, and I've moved to a non-processed, entirely handmade, I love my food. But as I was saying, moved to, yeah, so even though I drank, what I did was let's tell you, I watched my stool. If you're partying like crazy, okay, like every day you're having a party, literally. Um, yeah, for real, we were hanging out in my bedroom most of the time. Oh, the walls were covered in Sharpie. And eventually it got to a point to where I could like look around my wall, and it was like, that's where that young lady put a mark, and that's where that young lady put a mark, and that's where that young lady put a mark. And it was, it was in this idea of like a warm nest. It was a way that people showed support for what I was doing, because I was investing a lot of time and energy into what the art collective was. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're having parties, all this. I'm living the bohemian dream at 21 years old. And so these young guys talked about it. And before that, me and my friends had always joked, tongue in cheek, about doing crazy things at parties, but I was actually very carefully counting my doses, right? At this era, I was on top of my consumption. I knew how much I was taking. I knew what a regular dose was. I knew when it would start to affect my system. And I party for freaking days on end. Sometimes you go to festivals, that's what you do, right? I mean, and, you can do it responsibly. And I'm 100% about partying responsibly. I have seen people get hospitalized at parties. It's not worth it. If what you're doing has a risk of hospitalization, just stop doing it. Right? It's unnecessary. Consider, get the brain juices. You don't need to take these risks into your life. And the party's awesome. I 100% for the quote unquote party. It's just it's a shame when, by supporting a few people, the primary energy we get is reminders about who we failed to include. It's haterade. It's toxic. Like, to see another person's art and just give it a moment's chance to be pleasing. I try to. Just also, I enjoy art every day, and I have real art taste. I think everybody thinks that, right? But I mean, your taste is you, and your expression of it is protected. You are a press. You are the music press. You are whatever press you choose to be. And you just got to get that ambition to do something. They tell me all the time. But I do something, everybody's like, oh man, this guy's taking over. It's like, just try it yourself. Do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Make a song for your mom. Make a song for your lost friends. Make a song to pour one out. And, you know, your life has frustrations. And when you make them into a song and you dance to it, the catharsis you're going to find is going to keep you mobile, at least. Just a wonderful lifestyle, having so much music and art. And you know, in the 90s, God, you had the radio, you had cassettes. We just got CDs. A Walkman. Oh God, CD walk. I had like 5 of them. They were all trash. Trying to listen to CDs on something that you wear on your hip is insane. Right? The car ones were able to do it like 5 years later. We had sports, Discman, Sony Sports did with the clips on the side and everything. Dookie was my first album. I've got crates of demos. Literally, I've got crates of demos sitting in storage. They probably won't even, most of them won't even fucking play anymore. Mixtapes, there's no way that magnetism is still holding after 20 years. But when you're running the venue, you just get given the stuff. And every one of them deserves acknowledgement, but I am a limited resource. What happens is suddenly everybody becomes at least able to express themselves as blossoming of general charisma. Because bitter people are shitty to be around. Newsflash. That's, you gotta stay young at heart. Which I only do thanks to a tremendous amount of Mary Jane. And social interaction with, definitely with the streamers mentioned. They've been there this past year, and pretty responsibly. Anyways, here we go. What if I capture? I've only got 8 of them downloaded so far, but that is the only way to reliably play them. And this is my release, guys. I am not a noob. I hope this audio sounds better than my other one. Trying not to peak it. It's a condenser mic. Maybe it is a little quiet, isn't it? We're gonna bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Cut. Paste. Now, if I go into my VLC instance, my videos. What? Oh. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, I can listen with you. I will not be interrupting during songs. I may stop after songs. And here I've got I'll load up the 8. Can I just load it? There's just this window. Oh. Okay. Load them. Not listed them. Anyways, here we go. I hope you guys enjoy. And, you know, in the furtherance of the indomitable potential of the human spirit, speak your own story. I hope you enjoy.
Speak the names, arrows fill your storage. Your agape, four ways hearts must find their way. Arrow strikes like thunder's breath, drags us dancing close to death. Velvety eyes and lightning veins, sweet and delight and aching chains. Bodies who tremble, tempers spin, the storm begins beneath the skin. Every heartbeat tempts the fall, and still we crave every risk of it all. It's wild, it's cruel, then kind, it's sweet. It knocks you clear off your mortal feet. Every kiss a sacred sin, every wound a way back in. Love on fire, arrows flows higher. We burn, we breathe, we lose control. Desire's tide to pull us soul. Love in fire, arrows takes the pyre. We fall in flame, we fade, we glow, and start again and again below. Philia speaks, her steady tone not heat, but warmth which stinks of home. Clasp of hands, shit-eating grins, and laughter shared past trick and trim. It's built with trust, can bloom with time. No smoke, no spell, not grand design. A friend who stayed when all else fades, rooted peace beneath the grand parade. So pulsing light behind the eyes, no disguise, no long goodbyes. It's the truth we freely share, the quiet love that's always there. Love that stays, Philia, worth praise. No fever dream, no fleeting skin, just soul to soul, skin deep within. Love that stays, Philia, rock steady blaze. The friend, their heart, the mirror clear, the voice that when you listen keeps you near. Four streams flow into human clay, each one resonates a different way. One ignites, one holds, one grows, one prays. Four are just beginning in love's race. Storge hums massive morning's tone, love that forms with flesh, organ and bone. Parents sigh, siblings care, cradle song recurs in air. It doesn't flout, it doesn't sell, what simply is, which simply dwells. We'll wait in meals and mended seams, childhood echoes recur in dreams. Through every season, rain or shine, the root remains, the heart's aligned. In age and youth it doesn't wane, a gentle pulse beneath the pain. Love regrows, store gently shows in touch and time. With patient grace, the circle even life can't displace. Love it grows, the heart light glows. From first small breath to final prayer, stored keeps us there. Praise where heavens rise, beyond the flesh, beyond the ties. It loves the lost, we love the flawed. It loves like mercy, loves like God. No deal, no claim, no selfish turn, no intertwined through hate and hurt. Past every fall, it rises alone, but holding all alive. The design, heart's true design, prime pulse that birth the sun and seed, pristine love that makes us free. Love has flame, each a spark that knows your name. Heroes fill your storage, you got brave walls home from night to day, towards a home that's still just clay.
Yo, 4 moves before I hit 4th grade. New hallways, new faces, same old game. Hands on the controller, pixel wars easily won. But every time I climbed the ladder, they'd hold on to their meager ego rather than let me in. Always new kid, any desk in the row, laughing the right rhyme, learn local loser codes, then playground politics, my joystick in hand, beat them fair and square, they'd say that wasn't planned. Chess, poker, risky, checking on the floor. Once I was too good, they didn't play no more. Rules started bending, now that point don't count. Dominant for 1 year, then judgy circle shut me out, so I walked home often, quietly alone, keeping my own score. Knew there had to be more than small town war. My siblings couldn't belong, I'd at least stand tall, training to carry weight when the sky would fall. I was built for a hero, out of hiding place, studying the storm and blood family's face. They feared mention of cracking road ahead. I was already bracing for the things unsaid. No time for panic, no time for waste. I was sharpening steel while they knelt and prayed. If the world came on, I'd stand in the gate. Little soldier soul learning how to wait. Long quiet years just searching for village holes. Same street, same talk, but there is a different soul. They drank down comfort and tried to stay small. I kept feet flying, exits were never called. They flinched at the letters and the unpaid bills. They dodged the truth, numbed out the chills. But I had siblings I expected to shield, so I trained my heart in the battlefield. Watch grown men tremble at the slightest push. Stack my resolve till my bones went hush. Thought when it breaks they'll look at me, so I stayed awake while they tried to sleep. Values split early, step one, different lanes. They clung to the normal, I studied the strain. I knew the collapse would come someday, and I'd be the one standing in the way. I was built for the hit, not the hiding place. Studying storm, shading my family's face. They fear mention of cracking road ahead. I was already bracing for the things unsaid. No time for panic, no time for waste. I was sharpening steel while they knelt and prayed. If the world came on, I'd stand in the gate. Little soldier soul learning how to still wait. No map, no mentor, just late night plans. Callous heart, controller hands. No tribe in the flesh that could hear my voice. Just a loaded future and a hollow choice. Either drown in a town that was scared to grow, or find some wild where the real ones show. A screen in the corner started glowing blue. Lodging box asking, who are you? Yeah, type of name, make a page, trade the walls for a glowing stage. From the outskirts of every place to a profile pic in a friends list face. I was built for the hit, not the hiding place, but I needed a world that could hold my weight. So I poured my ghost through a telephone line, let the circuits carry what was trapped in my mind. No more begging hometowns to know my name. Now the whole wide web could see my flame. A lonely kid finally carving out space when the world first whispered at his friend, comment, change your face. My first real address in the empty space. All that wandering, all that displaced, found it first small home on MySpace. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Top 8 homies, if they're going from running, tiny. Top 8 homies on glowing front screen. Tiny imagined halos and brand new neon dream. Refresh, reload, let the idyllic fantasy spin. And I was never where the worship's been. Everybody prayed to the profile page. Sunday sermons in the comment cage. Whose face did you drag to the sacred road? Who'd you bump down? Who had to go? I was just a kid on the outside wall. Too dorky, too earnest, too strange to call. Genuinely kind doesn't trend that far when they're chasing cool like a shooting star. And they whisper like it mattered, like it changed the fate. Did you see who he moved into his top 8? I never laugh along, but alone stung a bit. Watching friendship calculated, drag and drop legit. Top 8 phony theology, plastic recycled vanity, pixelated centipede hierarchy and low-res civility. Everybody dumb preaching with their little mouse sticks, casting fish reputations with their social lure tricks. But I never want altar, forever up in that list. I love the dank margins and the static cryptic mist. The more they bowed to the shallow simple plan, the more I saw how weak a God they still ran. Bathroom gossiping, web scrolling chant. What rank am I? A prayer that can't recant. Now beg trading places like salvation codes. Back then, Mad West friendship lived in status modes. Behind Tom's meager glow, it was vapid air. No one got healed being listed there. Just a cruel little hill for the Suno insecure. A pathetic little ladder to feel more pure. Yeah, they swore it was gospel. Who was in, who's late? Did you see who she cut from her top 8? But it faded like a sticker on a thrift store case. Just a bad idea with the pretty little face. Top 8 phony theology, plastic recycled vanity, pixelated centipede hierarchy and low-res civility. Everybody dumb preaching with their little mouse sticks, casting fish reputations with their social lure tricks. But I never want altar, forever up in that list. I love the dank margins and the static cryptic mist. The more they bowed to the shallow simple plan, the more I saw how weak a God they still ran. It was nothing, just numbers in a box. A cheap lecture crown made of JavaScript blocks. We were kids, no adults, and the code was cold, teaching us implicit to rank who we should hold. There's reason that feature vanished fast. It was built of sand, never meant to last. Just a shitty little shrine to Tom's insecurity. A novel bad you, we challenged everyone's fake purity. Check it. Top 8 phony theology, plastic recycled vanity, pixelated centipede hierarchy and low-res civility. Everybody dumb preaching with their little mouse sticks, casting fish reputations with their social lure tricks. But I never want altar, forever up in that list. I love the dank margins and the static cryptic mist. The more they bowed to the shallow simple plan, the more I saw how much better of a man I could be. Drag, drop, delete, let the idols go. All that noise was always hollow. Log out, step out of the ranking scheme. I'll take reels over any top 8 dream.
They built a maze from inside mirrors, and told still crowd it was of the sky. We watched a spiral of reflections, thinking the creator's light was there to buy. 55 years of feedback loops, nobody never pulled the plug. They buried lever deeper than lizard brain and called it love or fun or work. Every door choice but no corridor, painted cross different, same but the design. Free was sold and packed in two-step deals, freedom trademarked every time. I stand far beyond their vain reach. Faith be my firewall, silence is my speech. Let the system spin up, let the cold markets preach. I brought the wind where the code can't leach. The crass puppeteers forgot the strings, they duty danced to prophets, pulse, executives, priests, and players all caught in the same despicable convulse. Counterculture, pre-approved, rebellion on subscription plan. Every screen gets licensed fast, every spark reduced to a molten representation. A soul's last echo, humanity in its pure form. When will these people care? I stand far beyond their vain reach. Faith be my firewall, silence is my speech. Let the system spin up, let the cold markets preach. I brought the wind where the cold can't leach. They call it order, but they are dumb. Andy, it's only noise in tune. They call it progress, but they really don't have any hesitation. We swallow code and called it truth, but the body remembers the uncaged root. We let them ruin the future, and they did let the masses chase reward. I've seen the architect's illusion and stepped through the mirror door. Beyond their reach, I breathe. Beyond their reach, I see. Beyond their reach, but to see them is to see the worst thing in all of history. These truly despicable people, these old scumbags who rob their own children, who feed on their own children. Never has a more despicable generation cursed the world.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ba-dum-dum, 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 da-da-da-da. Glow screen, misted midnight hum. Handle by names, fingers numb. Scroll it back, thread by thread. Oh, ghost live in the text we left. She net nights on CRT glow. Learning left is talk, moving kinda slow. Sticky threads, theory fights, long reads. Posts about class and who holds the keys. Me, girl back then, one as sharp as a blade. Feminist subzines and milk crate. Quoting trite bell hooks and borrow Babette. Typing manifestos while the parents prescribe. Clicks past avatars, color while usernames. Same dry sandbox, just with faster frames. You could feel the fault lines under every joke. Every private message like a puff of smoke. Same old drama in a brand new light. Took the playground room and put it forever on light. First time shit hit on my MySpace wall. It felt 10 times bigger like a public brawl. Some kids bailed out, never came back right. Logged off hard, disappeared from sight. Now they freeze at a screen like it's high beams bright. Yeah, that deer in headlights on the broadband night. House parties quiet, parents upstairs. Sneaking cheap beer, cheap plastic chairs. Drama stayed small in the smoke and the hiss. If you missed that night, it was easy to miss. But then bulletins hit, friend list cut. Top 8 edits like a digital gut punch. Comments as knives on a profile page. Same old rage in a bigger cage. We were kids with a brand new megaphone. Didn't know a post could follow you home. Didn't know a screenshot never grows old. Didn't know the net could calcify your soul. In a brand new light, took the playground, was put them online to fight. First time shit hit on local MySpace wall. It got 10 times bigger, let a public brawl. Some kids bailed out, never came back right. Logged off forever, hard disappeared from sight. Now they freeze at avalanche, then to shut it all down. When your first flame war burns through a small town, if your circle never needed that wire, you let it go cold, let it lose its fire. Years roll by, now the apps all change. Same core engine, just a different frame. Yeah, hand on my phone, watch them stall and stare like they're back at that party, choking on the air. Same old fear, new veneer. Same old hurt, more observers. Same old drama in a brand new light. Took the playground, whispered them online to fight. First time shit hit on local MySpace. Wallet got 10 times bigger, let the public brawl. Some kids bailed out, never came back right. Logged off forever, hard disappeared from sight. Now they freeze at a screen like it's high beams bright. Yeah, they're deer in headlights on the broadband night. Screen, cursor blame. Some of us adapted, some struggle to think. Machine had faded long ago, but the pattern fades stay. Same old divine human, just upgraded speedways.
Hey, cannon any distance, slow boom in the air. Hands busy rigging, nobody knew my share. Stealing savage silence, heartbeat beneath the room. Loading up steady for the boom, boom, boom. I'm the shadow where the cats walk, not named on the bill. I'm the weight behind the lever, holding everything still. Let the front line take the glory, watch the spotlight bloom. I'll be lining up the barrel for the boom, boom, boom. Powder in the chamber and lit fuse in my hand. Racing for recoil, make sure you still stand. Every show, every battle, same quiet tune. Hold the line steady till the boom, boom, boom.
You see bright flash, I feel mule kick. You hear the chorus, I hear the click of gears that turn and cruise. Which move? Real ones serve who don't need proof. Boom, 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 cannons in the distance. Rolling like thunder for the ones who kept the distance. We don't want a spotlight, just keep it square and true. Servicing a signal, cutting clean on through. Boom, boom, can you feel it in your bones? Echo rocks around valley through copper, air and stone. Strong shifted players holding ready off a stage. Cannon hearts keep firing from the back of the page. On both hands on the rammer, pushing round down the board. Likes to call in the headset, clear before the roar. Let the singer take deep bow, feel the ardent crowd resume. I'm just sighting down the barrel for the boom, boom, boom. Crew on classic carriage wheels, lock flint tight. We ride our drama, Rico soul spirit, aim stays right. No metal on the jacket, no headline, sky blown plume. Just a shoulder to the steel when it boom, boom. See bright flash, I feel such strain. You taste the victory, I taste the pain of sweat and powder. Discipline and dust, we aim, we fire, we serve because we trust. Boom, 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 cannons in the distance. Rolling like thunder for the ones who kept the distance. We don't want a spotlight, just keep it square and true. Service in the signal, cutting clean on through. Boom, boom, can you feel it in your bones? Echo rocks around valley through copper, air and stone. Strong shifted players holding ready off the stage. Cannon hearts keep firing from the back of the page. Salute the loaders, riggers and crew. The hands on the lanyard pulling fate on through. Salute the ones in the productions, red fight. Who sight the cannon but step back from the light. No false bravado, no hollow crown. Just hold formation and hold your ground. When others waver, that's when we bloom. Steel nerves singing with the boom, 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 boom. Cannons in the distance, rolling like thunder for the ones who kept the distance. We don't want a spotlight, just keep it square and true. Servicing the signal, cutting clean on through. Boom, can you feel it in your bones? Echo rocks around valley through copper, air and stone. Strong shifted players holding ready off the stage. Cannon hearts keep firing from the back of the page. Cannon in the distance, no boom in the night. We'll be here loading while they chase the light. When the noise fades down and the crowd leaves the room, still standing by the cannon waiting. Boom, 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 boom. Crowds noise, door slams, amps humming low. Kick drum checks in on for a steady roll. Wine buzz, I own the key. Another wild night, same search for gravity. Left class at 4, still ink on my hands. Race downstairs, lights up, count 5 bands. 2 rolled in from 3 hours out. Van doors open, spill gear and doubt. I'm at the door when the first chords hit. Stamping wrist, stack cash, no chair to sit. Volunteers tape cables on the floor. I'm all what you need at every door. They'd ask me, man, how was your night? I just laughed though, cause it's my whole life. It's every night, spirit storm, growing sky, 5 bands in a line, and the hours fly. This special room catches hot fire, all on its own. The local party's got an orbit, a will, a tone. Artists bring their best bleed on the stage. We ride that wave like we own the age. When the lights go down and the cash box closes, energy stays, it never really dozes. Second band breaks strings, I jump to the board. Ride faders like a rusted sword. Kicking the subs, give the bass some room. Watch a quiet kid start to bloom. Out of towners selling shirts on the wall. I spread out like a ghost through it all. Thanks for the show, man, what's your name? They call me Mr. Boom Boom, I built this frame. You say that sounds wild, must drain you dry. I shrug, yeah, but it keeps me alive. It's every night, spirit storm, growing sky, 5 bands in a line, and the hours fly. This special room catches hot fire, all on its own. The local party's got an orbit, a will, a tone. Artists bring their best bleed on the stage. We ride that wave like we own the age. When the lights go down and the cash box closes, energy stays, it never really closes. Boom, 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 till the plate glass shakes. Boom, 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 on every downbeat break. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. They try to burn doors at 6, next generation's artists get their turn. 11 p.m., last set rings out. I'm watching biz while they scream and shout. Load out chaos in its traditional way. Then I say, alright, you know if you can't stay. After party resets and fluorescent kitchen light. Volunteers and friends, same crew most nights. 4 a.m. we're still half wide, half dead. Crash for 4 hours, then I'm back ahead. You ask how long can you keep that pace? I say as long as there's magic in this place. It's every night, spirit storm, growing sky, 5 bands in a line, and the hours fly. This special room catches hot fire, all on its own. The local party's got an orbit, a will, a tone. Artists bring their best bleed on the stage. We ride that wave like we own the age. When the lights go down and the cash box closes, energy stays, it never really dozes. 4 hours sleep, then I'm back in class. Ink stain notes, mine past even last night's blast. Professor drones on, but my ears still ringing. From a kid in the pit who just learned singing. This fast life just chose me like a few dozen loves did first. Exhaustion and glory and beautiful hurt. If you wanna know who I really am, I'm the last to let go of the magic. I live those nights. Mr. Boom Boom, give 'em one more. It's every night, spirit storm, growing sky, 5 bands in a line, and the hours fly. This special room catches hot fire, all on its own. The local party's got an orbit, a will, a tone. Artists bring their best bleed on the stage. We ride that wave like we own the age. When the lights go down and the cash box closes, energy forever resonates, smell it in the roses. Keys out the lock, street lights dim, amp pump fading to a phantom power hymn. She texted, how was it? I just sent one line, same chaos, same magic, divine daily grind.
Fuck yeah, I got stories I might brag about. Names I barely learned to pronounce. City lights, same skin ride, same programmed out. Thought I was living, but all of us just burning out. I met her on a Tuesday, faded hemp sign. Said the right cliches, poured another lidded line. Woke up to a stranger in my borrowed shirt. She left before the coffee, left before the hurt. Wednesday was another, then Friday turned to 3. I kept her running total like it meant something to me. Every kiss was borrowed, everybody just adored. I was leaving like a rumor through the back hall floor. But the whisper started circling my name. Girl, he's just a tourist consuming your flame. Little pockets of resistance in the barroom glow. Women wanting women that I never wanted to know. How many hoping hearts do you skim like stones? Cross the shapely surface, closets holding bones. How many nights till you finally see you weren't even escaping, you not getting free? All of those bodies in my own bed. What did I really get but a crowded head? Turns out sex ain't sacred by itself, no doubt. It's only holy when we choose to live it out. Started seeing glances when I walked outside. Group chat subtle humming like a power line. He'll make you feel special till the sun comes up, then ghost you like a glitch in the network. Yup, one girl held my gaze and didn't take the bait. Said, I know your pattern, boy, I won't be number 28. Her calm cut deeper than a jealous fight. She just shrugged and turned back to her own damn life. And on the drive home, no one in the seat, just my own reflection in the glass and heat. Thought about the faces I barely tried to know, all the tiny revolutions I'd help grow. Every girl don't bother dropped in a DM thread was a vote against a man. I said I was in my head, I wasn't all that lonely, busy building a noble cage, brick by brick without hearted phony stage. How many hoping hearts do you skim like stones, cross a shapely surface, closets holding bones? How many nights till you finally see you weren't even escaping, you not getting free? All of those bodies in my own bed, what did I really get but a crowded head? Turns out sex ain't sacred by itself, no doubt. It's only holy when we choose to live it out. It's easy when the world tells you you're a king to confuse validation with profoundly real lifting. I learned the rhythm of skin without the weight of soul. I learned how to enter, just not how to hold. So I'm calling my own bluff in the bathroom mirror. What are you chasing when the thrills turn clear? A momentary high, then a longer fall. Echoes in the silence next time I remember it all. If this is freedom, why do I feel alone by every empty promise that ever grown? Maybe the real thing isn't conquered in a night. Maybe it's two people choosing to treat it right. No more counting conquests like a twisted score. No more leaving hearts piled by the door. If it isn't open and honest, if it isn't wise and kind, I'm not gonna much bother crossing that borderline. Cause touch is just touch till we give it weight. A body is a body till we call it fate. We can make it deeper, we can make it rare, but only if we walk then on like we actually care. How many hoping hearts do you skim like stones, cross the shapely surface, closets holding bones? How many nights till you finally see you weren't even escaping, you not getting free? All of those bodies in my own bed, what did I really get but a crowded head? Turns out sex ain't sacred by itself, no doubt. It's only holy when we choose to live it out. So I'm slowing down the chase, rumors don't fade. If I share my bed again, creator I beg, let it be well made. Not with perfect bodies, no, with perfect skin, but with somebody great who wants me gracefully in. Sex is just a language, I was talking cheap, now I'm saving all my words for something to keep. No more one night stories I'll forget too soon. I'm holding out for a vow that can outlast the moon.
Everything starts here and now. We fall out the plane traveling west. Our laden wings spread. The weight we've lifted pulls down. Gravity with its many tendrils holds to us, pulling by still. The rigid bars that welded to our massive visor to catch sunshine on the rain. One tells the other to last forever, but maybe won't. The point is in the flight where the landing isn't known, it's past the horizon, and there is more than just us. But let's pretend
that the world could tolerate insolence such as that which won't touch the ground. Icarus met Prometheus in truth. After the wings melted, no one found him, but that is because he discovered a titan bleeding and broken, chained to a rock he did not notice. The sunrise or fall, all of existence, for him a cycle of pain, and for so long no company but the ego.
night, the eagle returned to an emptiness.
a promise of retribution. Icarus, disoriented and beaten himself, walked to the Titan and could not rouse him. His eyes had been closed for so long, not wanting to remember the freedom of standing and walking the world he had been born upon. So Icarus stayed out of the way when the eagle came, and afterwards slowly coaxed life back into that which brought it. For him he started a fire one day, and from it long arms reached out when the eagle jumped into it, silently suicidal, and broke the boulder in half with a crack which Zeus heard from Olympus. Much quieter now, the god of gods' delusions scribbled on the walls and windows heavenly diagrams that sunlight burst through and danced the simple motion of a cycle, though thousands of years long. Apes, he thought, as the Tower of Babel he hid after ascending was discovered and trembled from pickaxes and caterpillars that sawed at its foundation. Prometheus stood and his beard combusted, cleaning him, and there stood the fire bringer, the agent of chaos. So the gods had challenged. He said to Icarus, "Look what you have done." With a smile and a whistle, having outlasted the empire again, he stepped back, hopping on one foot, creating a rhythm that penetrated the ground, and from it rose flowers of every sort as openly traded information took flight, as a billion locusts that tore down the dinosaurs before racing through the atmosphere to the false powers, to the established cretins who rightfully hid themselves behind gated communities, consumed in a natural event. And Icarus, they're confused by how little he had to do, was consoled by the most ancient, the rebel and the courageous. The two the same in understanding that this was all the grinding of gears made thousands of years ago. They had no part in it. So Prometheus sat with the mortal a while until manhood came, when he said to him, "Make no mistake, you are a fool if you let the days pass by without entering the world. You have to go find Pandora, and she will, as she does to many, consume all of you. You will feed yourself to her and your children, and if you can do so justly, they will, as my brother the eagle has, do the same in honor of you, a sacrifice to the gods in all reality, to the order of things which none of us can change, but must still resist to make ourselves beautiful. You are all my children and I love you. The suffering I've understood, and even Zeus having to fight from his own father's gut. I love truthfully, I offered the eagle my liver, having seen the patterns that we all are echoes of never needing another thing. Now leave this place and carry on until you've no urges left or energy to pursue them. Olympus will be landing here soon. So Icarus left silently and somewhat forlorn, expecting the unique company to stick around longer, fully knowing that no matter when it left, the feeling would be the same, off to search for the soul. As the pantheon of the gods mounted on top, the falling Tower of Babel landed directly on Prometheus with his outstretched arms embracing. As a peaceful soul does the entirety of the world, not to die, shot deep into the planet to carry on the rhythm, singing lullabies to beloved children. So Icarus lights fires, and Pandora deserves the attention. Zeus tumbled out and began to walk the earth again, with titans applauding his every footstep.
Karma credit to Mikey for founding Wawa Workshop. We work together. Worthy harmony, maybe. Time. In time. We'll tell.
Wawa workshop, free tools on the table. Stars, pixels and cables, stories and fables. Every small fragment, every broken riff it bit. We refactor all the static till the signals hit. We are the choral of angelics community. Many live in multicolors in hydrated unity. Stacking up moments in social array of sound. Every shy little thought becomes a jewel once found. Abundance is here once we dare to plug in. Every human sentiment's a place to begin. Feed into a new engine to add some more spark spin. Pan summer's child spirit laughing saying go again.
Wow, 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 way to live. Warriors play antique spark to a narrative. Volunteers share the feeling, let the code uplift. Magnum opus born from the era's plundered gift. Wow, 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 way to live along a peak. We won't hoard light, we let characters speak. This Wawa workshop helps us rewire their mind. Advance their strategy, powered with stop plus character shine. Static bleeds real, sludgy friction in the room. Egos cross wire and ego saber booms. Some come hungry, most arrive scared. Some only show up to say they were there. We don't fake peace, we constructively debug the noise. Truth over comfort, born veterans past adolescent employees. Child of the king lion, dropping ancient defense. Play becomes a source of measure of intelligence. Abundance is brutal, it exposed the soul. When you can restart fresh, who you working for? Do you crash out bitter or you tune and refine? Each is third metamorphosis is make it divine. Wow, 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 way to live. Warriors play antique spark to a narrative. Volunteers share the feeling, let the code uplift. Magnum opus born from the era's plundered gift. Wow, 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 way to live along a peak. We won't hoard light, we let characters speak. This Wawa workshop helps us rewire their mind. Advance their strategy, powered restart plus character shine. Wow, wow, workshop, work together, stay. Wow, 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 way to live. Someone fills the space in that childlike way. Wow, 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 way to give. We are the coral growing side by side, layer after layer of an endless tide. Every single note is a chance to choose harmony or static in the life we use. When it all resets, what remains is you. Character exposed by the things you do. From the smallest tenement, watch it climb. Magnum opus mode every single time. Share the feeling, let the code uplift. Magnum opus born from the era's plundered gift. Wow, 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 way to live along a peak. We won't hoard light, we let characters speak. This Wawa workshop helps us to rewire the mind. Advance the strategy, power, restart plus character shine. Wow, 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 way to live. Warriors play antique spark to a narrative. Volunteers share the feeling, let the code uplift. Magnum opus born from the era's plundered gift. Wow, 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 way to live along a peak. We won't hoard light, we let characters speak. This Wawa workshop helps us to rewire their mind. Advance the strategy, powered restart plus character shine. We work together, coral of angelics community. Each of us cosmic living node of infinity. Abundance is here once we use the tools. The rest is simple. Community, show up, stay square, treasure level. We don't need to be above or below each other ever. It's not normal for human communities to be so combative. The West heater's on change. And could you believe, here, more than anywhere else, is the key to the future. Welcome to the Wild Wild Workshop. Walk on, work stars.
Drums of empire, wheels of stone. Kings once carved their dreams in bone. Gold was glory, war was song, but the heart still whispered, you don't belong. Success was a chisel, a temple raised high, more than the pharaoh's tomb reaching fingers to sky. Olympic laurel, proud Spartan cry. Honor was dying, but never to die. Scrolls and sages, metal coins and crowns. God still asking for more. Numbers on the flat screen, sleepless dulled eyes, lying awake while our souls compromise. Freedom's bought with the latest device, selling time for a flicker of nice. Then you wake one morning, sun through the blinds. The mirror shows you the years and the lines, but peace hums softly, you're doing fine. The child you were still walks inside. You learn to love what doesn't show, a quiet laugh, a plant that grows, no empire left, but the river flows. I don't need more, I just need less. One clear breath, that's true success. Not the world's goal, not the world's mess, just one clear breath, that's true success. Beyond social credit, above earthly crown, between the laughter and the letdown, there's silence, riddled part of every sound. Once you are whole, where truth is found, no self to sell, no cause to win, just stillness, watching worlds spin. Socrates nods, Buddha grins, both whisper softly, begin again. Success was never there or then, it's breathing out and breathing in. I don't need more, I just need less. One clear breath, that's true success. Beyond all names, beyond the guess, pure awareness, that's true success.
Welcome, traveler, to Alice's restaurant, now sober. Here the walls are painted with Time Lord. Chance, Gallifreyan clocks spin like lubricious hips. Every syllable slop drips from lascivious lips.
Life serves warm bowls of paradox stew with fallout shrooms and irradiated ink cucumberment. The jukebox moans nasty in quantum harmonics, absurdly bionic, futuristic, kink mystic.
At Alice's restaurant, you can say what you please. Thank the cosmos while you sip your tea. No censorship,
No prudish disguise, just kinky philosophers with whip-smart eyes.
Todd the Gremlin pisses in the coffee pot. Grinning, greasy, grotesque, obscene and heated. We have to sip it anyway. It just works in radioactive delight. A fetish apocalypse, kinky kites in flight.
The vault doors creak as the waistline moans. Sexy latex, super mutants polish their bones. And Alice laughs with barbed whip in her hand. She's the Time Lord, mistress of this pervy land.
At Alice's restaurant, where the universe bends. Cyber sluts, cyborgs, daddies and scholars, sudden best friends. Freaky fallout boys, Gallifreyan glad girls get tangled in tentacles, then twisted like pearls. Time flows backward for souls in lubricious spirals. Every paradox smells like sweaty revivals. The spirit strips down, debating with flair, quoting who did what and put fingers in there.
vale, vale. Come look if you gather round Alice Domain, where the kink is clever and the smut arcane. From Gallifrey's throne to the fallout wasteland, her restaurant serves steady obscene refrains.
All eager speeches, hipping trays of praise, left empty my hands and tired most days. Lord, in many ways, but stingy wallets stay closed. The best, most humble shoulders take the load. Yeah. They said my name with bright white lights, called me dad for focusing their nights. Paper king crowns and plastic spark thrones and poses left me hauling tons of stone. Yeah, boss, yeah, it's ever small crew. 5 good people doing work for quite a few. They toast our names and limp disappear. They love the myth, but a 2-1 healthy for more than one beer. You can't build a city on a thank you card. You can't feed a village with disregard. You called it community, I know it was a lie. Yeah, where the strong lift the weak till the strong all die. All that celebration was gaslight lip service. I knew more, no new hands came knocking, no help at the actual door. They watched us bleed just to keep their ego alive. They stayed so small while work broke our pride to thrive. They spake love, but over many years never paid the cost. I saw the truth and I the fuel for your exhaust. Real saints stay humble in the face of scummy drift. Cool, fuck it, stay dead weight like it's some holy gift. But when slaves bear the burdens, it hollows them out. Steady turns, living souls in the shadows of self-aware doubt. Every exploit that you thought could never return is one more reason that you scum. Refuse to learn, the mask grows softer, more dead weight every year. That comfort imagined in contrast to someone else's fear. You think it's kindness when I took your load, but it's been slow decay on your plastic pretty road. You call it community, I call it profane. Where the weak stay weak and the strong go insane. All that celebration was gaslight lip service. I knew more, no new hands came knocking, no help at the actual door. They watched us bleed just to keep their ego alive. They stayed so small while work broke our pride to thrive. They spake love, but over many years never paid the cost. I saw the truth then, I the fuel for your exhaust. They thought to be wiser, watching the wall of me wait, smirking at my literal patience like a literate childish trait. But I was explaining the whole angles of your heart, collecting bits of every fracture, every unique falling part. I spend my social capital like a transcendent seasoned thief, stealing honest glimpses of your true core strategic belief. While you mistook my silence for a timid broken mind, I was learning how to leave your whole dumbass kind behind. I made myself a creature beyond this crowd, breathe samples of your fumes where your most holy shroud. Hope that one day find a prideful culture standing tall. But to date you love your chains more than any call. Codependent choir between pills, keep singing we're okay, while everything true, precious, rotted away. They wasted your chances, they wasted our time. As I told you then, now you're a net negative, just dragging my climb. You could all be whole on your own 2 feet, stand like mountains, not beggars in the street. But you clung to each other in a Friday night, called it loyalty, but it was piss-soaked fear. You bought all that celebration was gaslight lip service. I knew more, no new hands came knocking, no help at the actual door. They watched us bleed just to keep their ego alive. They stayed so small while work broke our pride to thrive. They spake love, but over many years never paid the cost. I saw the truth then, I the fuel for your exhaust. So here's my line, carved digital clean in immortal stone. I won't carry people who can stand alone. You chose the pendants, you chose a slow sink. I chose the cliff edge and the frightening brink. If you ever rise, you'll rise without me. I'm done feeding ghosts that refuse to see. Enjoy the ruins you built with your fear. I walk out proud,
never going back there.
A dozen went down, 10 and 2 proud names. Families seemingly interbound in golden flame. Each one certain, each one cocksure that the end was something they could cure. Steel doors, steel greedy hymns and corrupt code. Comfort first gleamed where despair once strode. Luxurious beds and lighting with perfect air. Their whispered heaven's nice, we're almost there. Children laughed beneath the hum, filtered air through filter spun. Bread was baked and wine then poured. They again crowned themselves the final lords. Charts and rosters, each planned with pride. Every imagined need was quantified. Order reigns, the richest said, here God's word shall not be dead. Then months grew long, silver mirrors light. Reflections swell with secret golden pride. In corridors, platinum bells and silence rang. The lower six woke up to hang their heads just beneath an upper stair. Realizing too late, rank had followed there. Commanders barked of ration breeding. Eat your share, happy or slowly join the dead. Workloaded assignment, sleeping slots, alarm. Families disarmed, through lots, now one getting ahead. Internal horror blossom, dripping quiet sound. While those beneath could not look down. No servants left, no hands to scold. No one lower to grab and hold. So as their sense start to echo waves, anxiety becomes master's only slave. 12 went down to rule the cave. Dirty dozen soon found none left to enslave. Bound by cowardice, public rank, ancient name. Each one turned cinder, burned in mirrored flame. Conditioned air grew thin, the filters dirtied. One by one, they lost their dreams. All food turned gray, the wine remained black, and the thought of children never made it back. Mothers whispered pain into vents. Good fathers clawed at old cement. The vault surviving tomb of kings, with titles crowned and impotent rings. Only one later crawled to sealed door, pale and shrunken, consumed from before. He held a crown himself, the heir of all, and pressed to pale palm against the wall. The light was blinding, it was sweet. He staggered up on broken feet. I met the sky, the birds, the dew, and something waiting sharp and true. Simple sunlight he had forgot, would easy burn and steady rock. Any soul that stepped aside as the creator called attention on the right. The suffering long, the world unmoved. No one left to be reproved. 12 went down with crowns and schemes. All were fodder for their dreams. The earth forgets, the air forgives. Not one of 12 ever nobly lived. Nature knows while politics make a show that loudmouth's destined just to blow. Time and value as they always have, chasing pathetic dreams. You only ever got it if you took it. And there's so much reporting, no one is getting that old world anymore. We arrive together, but not chaotically. We have to do it together, or it can't work. And it has to be square, level, and plumb. Still, we build small, even those things are not so critical once we are doing things right. Steel doors rust, and silence sings. The bunker keeps its hollow kings.
exactly what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it wrong. Oh.
All eyes on me like I'm center stage. Simple tasks, don't overthink, they say. I load the glitch like a hand grenade. Pull the pin slow while I tilt my head and pray. Yeah, I play dumb, 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 and I love that chill. Watching all the little power trips, stand still. Purpose fail, let this dastardly silent response ring. Shock in the faces is my favorite thing. I play dumb, 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 then I twist that knife. Oops, my bad while I rewire your life. Purpose fail, grin when the mask drops low. I know what I'm doing and I do it slow. Yeah, boss said, come on, this is basic math. I draw a smiley face on the criminal path. They asked me beg just to fit their plan, but I tripped their wire with hot coffee in my hand. Hey, 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 I play dumb, 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 and I love that chill. Watching all the little power trips still crash, still purpose fail at the silent response ring. Shock in their faces is my favorite thing. I play dumb, 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 then I twist that knife. Oops, my bad while I rewire your life. Purpose fail, grin when the mask drops low. Know what I'm doing and I do it slow. You wrote the rules, I fucked the fine print. Turned every line into a misfire, pose a hint. You want control, I just flipped the script. I scatter it with a loaded wink. I missed the target that I marked for myself. Knocked the sacred numbers on the shelf. Don't call me useless, I showed them I didn't try all along. While that whole fuckboy system sings the wrong damn song. Hey, hey. I play dumb, 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 and I love that chill. Watching little power trips, I wreck, stand still. Purpose fail, let the real silence really ring. Shock in their faces be the more delicious thing. I play dumb, 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 then I live my life. Oops, my bad, while escaping sloppy strife. Purpose fail, grin when the mask drops low. I know what I'm doing and I do it slow. Hey, hey. Hey, the world, I gotta tell you, I am sorry it turned out this way. I tried and tried, they never listened. Hey, they refused to care. They each made it worse in their own way. None of them ever gave the barest ounce of support. Hey, reflecting their method led me to this, and I have to agree. I can see why it would be the first choice of a complete goddamn fuck up in life. Ancient rule as it has always been. When you open the door to the behavior, it no longer is unethical for me to do to you. Do you really think you paid enough attention to play this game in your entire life? Do you imagine you will ever be a contender?
Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya.
Boots hit earth in a bone deep sway.
Hey ya, hey ya, oh, hey ya, hey ya.
Were you born to walk, not stay?
Footprints never fading in set river mud. Path the dusty road burning in a noonday sun. Tribes move slow with the back and card, still carrying fire like a divine inspired heart. Step wind howling through the tattered tents, following herds before man-made fence. Stars draw mental maps in the midnight sky, every borderline a fearful animal life. The wild runs out or the wells run dry, whole clans might vanish in a single sigh. Some walk fearless forward with chosen wills, some get dragged to death by the landlord's quill. We trade our names for another spawn, we leave old ghosts in fields we've sown. Every language learned, every song we knew, packed in bags you can't take with you. We run when the drums stop pounding, we run when the ground gives way, we run when the sky turns blood red, when they tell us you can't stay. Oh, we run with our dead behind us, we run with our fear up front, we run like a pack in thunder, cause migration is the oldest hunt. Slave ships chains open to the ocean's roar, stolen bodies arranged on a foreign shore, trails of tears more than one in the winter rain. Whole nations meet packed into cattle trains, lines cut straight through communities, town border ink says do not turn around. Refuge
children through the diesel fire. Gold rush, feel the fever, and the factory lights, sharecrop fields, and the northern nights from south to north in a rusted car, chasing marketed rumors of a safer star. Some left home with a whispered maybe. Some got forced with a loaded gun. Some still dream that the land forgives them, but the land remembers everyone. We run when the drums start pounding. We run when the ground gives way. We run when the sky turns blood red, when they tell us you can't stay. Oh, we run with our dead behind us. We run with our fear up front. We run like a pack in thunder, 'cause migration is the oldest hunt. On the road with the top down, yeah, Lick got her feet up, feet up. Everything is free now, and she's got the beat up, beat up. Riding with the gang, no sleeping. All around the world we're sweeping. She feels a lot of hate, but her heart's in the right place. She said, all you need is a little bit of love. On the road with the top down, gently got her feet up, feet up. Everything is free now, and she's got the beat up, beat up. Riding with the gang, no sleeping. All around the world we're sweeping. She feels a lot of hate, but her heart's in the right place. She said, all you need is a little bit of love.
This one's for the creators you devoured. Algorithm eating babies in the stream. Bleeding now, hope for couple profit dream. 50-50 split while they swimming in cash. You grind all night, they pocket the stash. Panama party. Everybody scream, Twitch sells dreams in a pay-to-bleed machine. Panama party. You can't appeal the truth. They feed on the hearts of the dead for you. DMC had ghost town purge last year. Thousands of clips disappeared in fear. Safety, which gun floor collapsed, and they blame the girls while the suits relax. Panama party, nobody wins. Every cousin, quiet sins. Panama party, code of rule, when the rules don't apply to the chosen few. Hot top streams get demonetized, while charity tags get demonized. Predators rise, mods look to go the same way. And Twitch says, hey, that's just the way. Panama party, Panama party, Panama party. Burn that logo, start your own Panama party, Panama party, Panama party. dreamers cry while you build your throne. Community guidelines written in full. Every strike's another dog-eat dog. Panama party, scream for the small. Panama party, we're taking it all. Panama party, we see through your guys. Twitch, you can't bend the sunrise. Cut the cord, pull the plug. We straight because we can. You steal because you suck up. You steal because we can. You steal because you suck up. You steal because you can. You steal because you suck up. You steal because you can. You steal because you suck up.
We were told the empire was eternal. We were told the world had no choice but to follow. But history, it breaks its chains. And those who cling to rusted crowns are always the last to see the dawn. The American Empire missed the truth, chasing shadows in boardrooms and battlefields, pretending the world was still theirs to command. But listen, you can hear the ground tremble, you can feel the old order cracking, and in that fracture, there is a path. 1 year too late, but never too late for us. They will not lead us, they cannot hold us. We carry our own flame. Rise! Lost generation, turn your grief into signal, your silence into thunder. Coordinate without the old thrones. Organize with the tools they fear. The world is moving forward, and we are the vanguard. Other nations rise with steady hands, their banners lit with fresh fire. While we were sleeping, they learned to build. While we were clinging, they learned to dream. The empire missed the truth, but we will not miss it. We will not miss each other. Remember this: coordination is power, communication is resistance. Every tool, every wire, every cord, a hammer to break the glass towers. Every song, every story, every shed flame, a map to the future they swore was impossible. Rise! Lost generation, turn your grief into signal, your silence into thunder. Coordinate without the old thrones. Organize with the tools they fear. The world is moving forward, and we are the vanguard. We are not broken, not broken. We are not lost, not lost. We are the hands of tomorrow. We are the voice they cannot silence. Empires fade like smoke at sunrise, but communities endure. It is not their monuments, but our connections, not their armies, but our coordination that will write the next century. Rise! Lost generation, turn your grief into signal, your silence into thunder. Coordinate without the old thrones.
As an holy halo, folding chairs in a circle, stale coffee, name tags, budget in the red. I call for strategy and need a safe space. Same dumb people, same desperation in their heads. Yeah. What did you call your shit? Soak parade. Broken toys, march clips, bored, need a martyr's face. Minimum wage, profit shamble with copy 5-page zine, calling impotent narcissistic tantrums community dreams. They pass the mic like a communion cup, bleed out bullshit stories, never clean them up. Crowd about chosen bosses, crowd about obvious rent, voted on adolescent feelings, never on intent. The times call for captains, they crave confession, they turn the engine room into battle therapy session. I watched the fire smolder under their crocodile tears, felt the mission drifting, what's next after this year? This is no commie council, but it is a cult without flyers on the wall. A room full of actors now deformed legs, never leave church hall. You can't build a strong future out of pity and gasping fumes. They weren't leaders, just venting in a busted room. I brought work, I brought money, I brought blood and bone. They brought excuses and infantile need to be known. They call it community, but here's the truth in bloom. It's group therapy for losers, making crap out in a dying room. I brought donors in who sign real checks, the actual cash paying the rent. We then trailed off to debt. We imagined whole future projects from the ground up fast. Then they fucked around while I carried others past. I was on the ladder while they processed pain. I was coding robots while they slandered names. 10-person team and I did 8 jobs while they posed for the selfie like they saved the block. When the new smell started slipping away, they mop clean floors with panic in their face. Cause if things got better, their script gets thin. Losers only know how to suffer, not how to win. This is no commie council, but it is a cult without flyers on the wall. A room full of actors now deformed legs, never leave church hall. This is no commie council, but it's a cult without flyers on the wall. A room full of actors now deformed legs, never leave church hall. You can't build a strong future out of pity and gasping fumes. They weren't leaders, just venting in a busted room. I brought work, I brought money, I brought blood and bone. They brought excuses and infantile need to be known. They call it community, but here's the truth in bloom. It's group therapy for losers, making crap out in a dying room. Every org started loud with curled ribbon. Ivory cheer, so much enthusiasm up front, bit of struggle in the rear. So the curves, inertia, till town meetings continue to drag on till the whole thing growing is echo trauma monologue. They crowned themselves normal in thrift store folding thrones, but the only thing was carried was shattered egos home. All children need attention, but for actual weight, you took advantage of your home position and still arrived fucking late. And when the donors asked me, where did the momentum go? All I had to offer was a tired, ugly no. No, they don't want change, they just want to be heard. No, they're not building, they're addicted to words. This is no commie council. Speak easy with a logo on the door. A circle of confession that never kept any real score. You can't fuel an effort to build a ship on sob stories and fumes. They are not leaders, they don't know the boom, 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 boom. So I kept my notebook, stacked the chairs, left the wannabe bland saints to forever ramble to vacant air. Their entire weak circle, keep your fragile throne. I'll take real work and real stakes, far from this cave zone. Cause if all you ever offer is a wound and a tomb, you're not a movement, you're just noise. And soulless and tired, fluorescent.
us no more. I wanna stand on level floor with all I see so regularly. It matters to me. You too, I do dare wear few will, but still aren't you human deep within? Are you the one who can violate your own natural rules according to noble principle? Is that a rare thing in your wise and traveled experience position? Since when is it safe to talk when you're dumb? Your sounds are a clutter, your soul is numb from years you spent with both knees. Been begging for a space and time to reinvent the patterns written in palm trees. Burning is the atmosphere, the thinnest skin imaginable. Just a few miles of air as we know it, and as we move through the vacuum of space, bombarded by solar rays all the time. There is a field we have only just recently defined, that for millions of years protected all of us. You wanna act like you measured, you wanna act like you measured anything. You wanna act like you measured anything. Don't start, don't quit, no time for any bullshit. Your heart, isn't it? There's more need now. And aren't you buried in half-done shit? At least let me show you the coordinate. At least let me show you the coordinate. Start with triplets, physics, deep learning, fuzzy logic. Go to the reality, ecology, technology, economy. Execute square, level, and plumb. And plumb. And plumb. And plumb. And plumb. So decades now. People who wanna call on the merits of coexistence that factually ignore my words would like to sidle up next to me and act like no one said anything. Not because that is correct, they are broken people in with their meager budgets, their constant malaise, their complete lack of personal focus. I live that while they cut me down from behind. Love bought me relentlessly, always acting superior when they are honestly stupid. Basic people live in a shit-soaked existence, why I keep trying to save them. It became clear to me a long time ago that I was part of their disease, that my willingness to lighten their load in fact robbed them of any awareness of what it was I was doing. Hell, ultimately it would be amazing, but if you're architect of culture, if your best is subjugated, whoever took over all those things, these are awful people who in their entire lives never tasted actual freedom. They hate the idea that people could walk right past them. I am at a decade of unfettered daily routine. After college, that is the measure that matters. Over these decades they have kept busy, but they didn't pay attention. They made money in a fixed game they set in place while the ship sank. They put wool over their kids' eyes, and now everyone is lined up, over obligated to begin with so many mouths. All of them already in debt, all of them in need, and they don't even bother learning how to feed themselves. The only acceptable ending was this kicking the shit out of them, lining them up. So when the time came, they couldn't argue with my action. So it all now depends on what I choose for me. From a true center, I seek a noble course forward, not just enjoying my own life, but also advancing our understanding of nature, of our potential synergy with the entire solar system. With a supermassive black hole in every young person's ambitions, I don't need much in the way of sensory experience anymore. I unlocked all that in lucid dreaming. I am lined up to succeed, and they still insist that they need a place. These malignant tumors, I just need space to get it done. Their personal static was always every day. Honestly, it could be gone, but for fucking real, I doubt that. Abundance is coming when we find some actual goddamn men, when they are allowed to build without disease. Scumbags cutting them down constantly like it's time to balance some historic scales. Dumb, dumb, dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Come damn me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
It's hard to see the whole at once while remembering ourselves. My action is overarchingly compassionate across generations. The failures of the past now limit the peace of mind for children, limit their supply of food and medicine, challenge their faith unnecessarily. These adults beg for mercy, but those of us who truly are aware can already hear the generations of suffering to follow the ridiculous cesspool of a culture. All that power and that just turned into such a severe self-examination. The kids' goals are to foster disease to achieve the potential of an easy life, something I could earn only because of timing. Down to brass tacks at any time, all the way down, way below where their entire community gives up hopelessly out of their depth, way above to all around, literally all around. As I said in 2009, this is why it was an ultimatum, not because I thought I mattered. It was just so obvious, it was true, that to not see it, I was literally proving a drug arrogant, toxic soul. And to save that toxic soul, to save the kids it would demand, that's where things get real. How far would you go for the next generation? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They couldn't bother to read the pamphlet. The last shall be first, the sellouts and posers who guaranteed execution of a bad plan and then also executed it sloppy. Who want to act like they have been working? No, they mutinied and they were never capable of so much as maintaining their ship. This bizarre science experiment the establishment plays on the young is over. I am its undoing, already mapped it all out online. Yeah, stupid people, parrots in the tropics will never know, but every bot does, and your slop is all measured. The greatest loss of all was of the cumulative gains we should have had ever since my ultimatum. That is the scale of your damages, and don't worry, once we have catalyzed the age of Aquarius, paying it all back is gonna be easy. We fight for now because the kids need some representation in the seniority, someone who isn't going to try to put all this responsibility on them like they are supposed to work hard like I'm done. I am not nearly done. I just don't work with fuck-ups. I resent when people corrupt the game dynamics and put that expense on kids. Those kids need less pressure to grow square on level. We should have been coordinating to lower overhead since 2009. So as I kick these illiterate parrots around, realize it's like a compassionate zookeeper just trying to end the Lord of the Flies dynamics. The boomers restricted so many generations to already for their own benefit. We can't organize, they are organized. Believe it doesn't matter who is in the game. I am and always have been describing a raw physical reality that only a deplorable, worthless community could even overlook.
Millennials ago. Calling in limb wings, spin low grin when you dip. We trip, don't skip and use when sinning skin to skin or dance floor. Bopping down your
on this jungle beat. Water, earth, fire, rain, circle, square, social lane, slow merge, zipper, roll, flatten till a heart bulge rain. What more matters, nature, heart, bloom, many years and fears mix. Our instinct insecurely yoked, pan near, wild animals begin to appear. Smoke spins, closed eyes by wire, heard on its holy cheers. Bringing ancestor spirit, human bonds evoked. Flowing shoulder grip, carving boulder framed up. Moment in time with your friend, vibes tame with panic. Beat of cloven feet again, Bermudes. Water, earth, fire, rain, circle, square, social lane, slow merge, zipper, roll, flatten till a heart bulge rain. What more matters, nature, heart, bloom, many years and fears mix. Our instinct insecurely yoked and near. Wild animals begin to appear. Smoke spins, closed eyes by wire, heard on his holy cheers. Bring an ancestor spirit, human bonds evoke. Zygote membrane, stunning pain, the start of life, restart again. Death, ebb and flay, let them debate what ancient rhymes matter in their time, which is flat, unconscious, dancing every day. Water, earth, fire, rain, circle, squared, social lane, slow merge, zipper, roll, flat until our heart bulge rain. What more matters, nature, heart, bloom, many years and fears mix. Our instinct insecurely yoked and near. Wild animals begin to appear. Smoke spins, closed eyes by wire, heard on his holy cheers. Bringing ancestor spirit, human bonds evoke. Water, earth, fire, rain, circle, squared, social lane, slow merge, zipper, roll, flat until our heart bulge rain. What more matters, nature, heart, bloom, many years and fears mix. Our instinct insecurely yoked and near. Wild animals begin to appear. Smoke spins, closed eyes by wire, heard on his holy cheers. Bringing ancestor spirit, human bonds evoke. Take seat, treasure beat, one piece flee. Beyond horizon, beyond what I've known. I'll dance to that, along with the sun. You do you, while we do we, but you can see profoundly the impact sign on delivery of the root of all our ancientry. A beat you can't hide from, certainly comically, completely yours.
Remember, you. It was I that made you run. It was me that made you fun. 3 steps to your one. 3 steps to your one. I don't just run, I kite. I don't just flee, I walk the fire.
Remember forever, it's I who caused all that panic. Sirens in what distance? It was me, automatic. Cities felt the tremor when my ball hit ground. Heartbeat sink moment instead of killer sound. I hope cities run like disturbed prawn. Shadow skyline moments, then streets were gone. I dragged down alley aliens, first out of formation. Every step I care, the story draws the whole nation. I never ran away, I moved the kite. The wind isn't enough, drag you from cover in the public sight. You chase my dust but missed the frame. I'm 3 steps askew in a different game. I don't jog, I've been here, never arrive. I don't hope, I don't pray, I will survive. You count to 2, I'm past 30. You clean up dust, you on with me. I run in circles that you need straight. Every turn I steal lays, open up your fate. I made cities run, I made cities run. I dragged them bloody through the streets as grid came undone. I made armies run, the guy who made armies bloody run. They run from cover, I felt the lines all undone. I joined ladies run, I made ladies run. Laughing in the chaos as they chased at the Lulu sun. I make all things run, you didn't know all things run. 3 steps to your one, did you know I already won? I am the runner, this
is my song. I am the hustler, kidding you along. Run, kite, runner, runner. Three-step thunder, under, under. Run, kite, runner, runner. I'm the glitch in your perfect number. Run, run, chase me, chase me, chase me. Every corner another place for me. Run, run, follow, follow. I widen my map with every step you swallow. Made armies shake as I cut the corner. War drums drop low to a ghostly murmur. I beat them from fortress to open fire on the street. Now every safe space is below their feet. I guided the brass, I high-fived the rank. Pulled them from the stronghold to the river bank. By the time they noticed that they've left their throne, their power is a room of keys, always on the zone. I ran with ladies in electric streets. Heels on concrete, sink to my beats. They know the trick, they felt once my plan. We kite the whole world with a 5-step span. I don't stall, I don't break, I just turn. Every failed empire is more fuel to burn. You count 1, 2, I'm tearing through 3. If the ground is shaking, that's just me. I run to kite, to pull, to bend. Every chase you start makes more roots for my end. I make cities run, I make cities run. I drag them bloody through the streets as grid came undone. I made armies run, the guy who made armies bloody run. They run from cover, I felt their lines all undone. I joined ladies run, I made ladies run. Laughing in the chaos as they chased that deluded sun. I make all things run, you didn't know all things run. 3 steps to your 1, did you know I already won? I am the runner, this is my song. I am the hustler, kiting you along. I am the runner, this is my song. I am the hustler, kiting you along. Steps to your step on your 1-beat fear. Triple thunder all up in your perfect ear. Step, 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 felt the ground collapse. I'm the tickling, burning origami gaps. Run, 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 should you hear my name? I'm the path of weaponized pose of flame. Run, 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 but the dumb are too slow. I took 3 steps, then let them go. I made cities run. I made armies run. I made ladies run. I make things run. Every crisis with my cadence in it. Every riot with my rhythm in it. Every system with my shadow in it. Every beat with my footprint in it. As you chase, I redraw the map. Steps you take in a shine new trap. You think I'm fleeing, I'm just thinking lines. Turning that panic into my designs. You call it panic, I call it prayer. You call it chaos, we vow with God. Left, right, left, that's only one. I'm 100 steps in before you begun. Left, right, left, get the engine roar. I am the runner, I brought the war. I kite fear down 1,000 dark streets. Every road you pick is part of my loop complete. I made cities run, I made cities run. Street lights flicker when my circuits hum. I made armies run, I made armies run. Medals on the ground when they turn and run. I help ladies run, I know the hubble stay. Eyes on the prize as they chase that sun. I make things run, I make things run. 3,000 now, steps to your 1. I already won. Already won. Already won. From your advantage, put 2 clones in a cage, same face, same frame, give 1 a can. Zip zap, easy instant flame. Crackle see, that's the win, that's the proof, that's the play. But 10 years later, there's a tax to pay. 2, 3 cans a day, just to feel okay. Still under the baseline, still in decay. Balance 1, sips 1, then steps on the gas. Does what the dependent system can't even grasp. So don't get fooled by the first round glow. A little up can dig along low. If you need it, use it, name it true. A strong drug, not a virtue. From your advantages, don't burlesque reserve just to look like magic. Square level come, keep the build elastic. Truth in the middle, learn the hype, not the frantic. From your advantages, breathe, breathe. Save that juice for the moment you really need. Shocking all fades, discipline stays. That's the long game, that's the clean blade.
Where says go all out, overwhelmed, don't stall. But half the time you don't know the problem at all. Each show's a fight, then a click, then a climb. Layers unlock, power blooms in time. Not shocking, no, it's calm, focus, then strike. Quiet reserve is a different type. Multicultural cure, shake both sides loose. Truth sits center where the roots get juice. Zoom to war books, World War I, World War II. You can brute force truth, that brute forces. Unislide the controls, yeah, nerd stuff real. Transfer equations, what systems feel. PID on the board, watch the symbols move. I is Dionysus, wild drive, prove. D is Apollo, clean cut, prove. Two hands on the wheel, that's how to improve. I didn't learn this from a quote on the wall. I learned it from matter, cause and fall. I'm rusty, sure, but the point stands clear. AI made the blend a minimum here. Fast from your advantages. Fast, fast. Don't burn less reserve just to look like magic. Square level, come keep the build elastic. Truth in the middle and the height, not the fanatics. Fast from your advantages. Save that juice for the moment you really need. Shocking all fades, discipline stays. That's the long game, that's the clean blade. God forbid you compete while outclassed. That's when the all-in lifestyle cracks fast. Strategic reserves, real gamers know you don't spam cooldowns, you pace the flow. And work-life test, how loyal you'll be. Getting pissed on daily with fuck you money. They train dependence, job or die. Baked in the lesson plan, quiet lies. So if you need the drink, take it, no shame. Just don't confuse the spark with the sacred flame. Step down to coffee, green tea's clean, best fast caffeine. Reset the machine, decades get better from humble tweaks. I told my peers, I watched them leak. They laughed, ate poison, stayed chained by choice. Sabotage freedom when I raise my voice. Kids grew up wild, we need a soft landing. Not more shame, we're support, we're rebranding. That's why Eco Village, peaceful crash out. A place to breathe, let the noise die out. Basic training truth, 3 months can flip you. If you got freedom, the stress won't clip you. Crazy every time, a dose to fuel the fire. Maybe shit won't save, just keep building higher. Here's the physics amplification amplifies error. So choose good people if you care about terror. Moral, empathetic, strong-willed lovers of life. Or you upscale the past in the bigger strife. We all get boosted, so boost what's clean. Manifest different new future routines. Start to steady finish, square level plumb. Not about ego, about what we become. Come. Back from your advantages. Fast. Don't burn less reserves just to look like magic. Square level plumb, keep the build elastic. Truth in the middle and the height, not the frantic. Back from your advantages. Save that juice for the moment you really need. Shocking all fades, discipline stays. That's the long game, that's the clean blade. Small right crew, real synergy, real care. No disqualifying sin, no soul parasitic. We all eat. How much do you need? It was alive before. I clash when dignity gets exploited. I'm defending victims. Do you stay good? Humanitarian. I don't want to do what I do. To you? Fast from your advantages. Square, level and plumb. Fast from your advantages. Truth in the middle. Yeah.
Listen close, child of tomorrow. There's a secret in the spaces, queen.
Reality
inside a lesson nobody wanted to learn. Not a mistake, a generational sense. I know the rising force and us with interest.
The old guy rigged the board, then called it wisdom. Stacked the deck with no moons, hit the blade in freedom. Borrow from tomorrow, threw the bill in the crib. Told us work ethic while they taught babies how to fib. They gave the rules until the refs all quit. Then praised the rules for being true fair. Bought the microphone and caught this in despair. Now the clock is loud and the air tastes like smoke. This isn't cycles, this is rock posters. Boomers with a cloak. They say be grateful while they auction the ground. They say be patient while the doors get nailed down. So here's the key, we don't need their permission to see. We need a reckoning real enough to breathe, 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 breathe.
Boom, 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 here truths to the frame. All this progress started wired to a shareholder name. We're watching character get flipped for a fee, and they still won't smell their own hypocrisy. Boom, 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 this is all coming to pass. And they're lost in a rancid worldview, head up their ass. Trampling whole generation like it's just how it's been. Still asking for applause while we're drowning in their shits. And courage was rebranded as content and clout. Temperance then mocked, just binge it out. Justice got turned out like a seed in the sweet. Prudence gets drowned in the dopamine feed. Honesty now called negative, unsafe, unclean. Humility now useful for a personal brand sheen. Service been outsourced, slavery marked up twice. Stewardship got sold for a luxury lifestyle. Loyalty became submissive, a subscription trap. Community spirit got flattened in the comments slap. And work, real work, got renamed hustle and grind. So the body breaks first and they call it a line. They taught us their worship, receipts, and their worth. No wonder why nobody believes in rebirth. So keep your speeches, save your tears for the stage. You don't get absolution for managing the cage. Boom, 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 here truths to the frame. All this progress started wired to a shareholder name. Boom, boom, we're watching character get flipped for a fee. And they still won't smell their own hypocrisy. Boom, 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 this is all coming to pass. And they're lost in a rancid worldview, head up their ass. Trampling old generations like it's just how it's been. Still asking for applause while we're drowning in the shits. And now we're here where the choices get sharp. Who can we trust when the map is a tarp? Who deserves the title they claim to own? If you never tended nature, earth was never your home. Why do you want property, control, or care? Why do you want money, safety, or stare? If you wanted to hold it, you're already the thief. If you wanted to build, then hurry to prove your belief. We don't need all like these shitty elders. We need accountable leaders. And if your explanation is just another story, keep it, we've heard it. This the final call. No more boomer lectures. No more I meant what they didn't. No more that's just life, that's how it is. No more wait your turn, we waited. The key turns now. The door opens as it breaks. Boom, 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 here truths to the frame. All this progress started wired to a shareholder name. We're watching character get flipped for a fee. They still won't smell their own hypocrisy. Boom, 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 this is all coming to pass. And they're lost in a rancid worldview, head up their ass. Trampling old generations like it's just how it's been. Still asking for applause while we're drowning in the shits. Explain yourself, it's too late. You should have entered data in debate. You should have built already safer play. So now as you whine in your exposed state, we all laugh and jeer at the pathetic fate of the very worst generation. And the cesspool culture, show your worth, step aside. You vow, boom, boom, boom. Life built on compost and courage, under LEDs and moonlight. Huge culture, heartbeat, raised beds like a riot, left it right. Mycelium miles in the floorboards, roots smiling under the drum. Rain off the tin roof, stuttering sorry, like the sky learned how to run. We're not buying the lie of scarcity, we're stacking what we can save. Catch the water, slow it, spread it, make a garden out of a wave. Weather's gone wild, so we go wiser. Swellers like smile lines, cut the fire's teeth. If the wind gets loud, we hold tighter. Hands of the system, hands of the beat. It's a terror here at the Wawa Works.
Panic is normal, start rebuilding. Rockin' mass in the corner, kettle singing, I pitch sweet. Sun like the roof's energetic blessing. Better left us heat. Seed packets and jacket pockets, bothering oak with a mason jar. Chop and drop paper confetti. Best party where principles are. Food for his dreams, right back a lot. Happy clubs that love the land. Nitrogen fixers on VIP list. Pollinators on the band. Weather's gone wild, so we live more kind. Designed to the edges where the life disorders. Cause the grid's acting strange, we can't get bitter. We build local first, we square reorder. It's a terror here at the Wawa workshop. Pen on deck dancing, help the whole room unlock. Boom, 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 through the baseline, mulch it, dum, dum, dum. Make the old fish shut up, mad monitor out horns to the strobe light. Dancing through the storm like we stalked the night. Key in ancient door, turn it to door, hip swing. Terror era, forever, everybody start rebuilding. Who feeds the soil? We feed the soil. Who holds the water? We hold the water. Who feeds the culture? We feed the culture. No saviors, no suits, no silver bullet show. Just 1,000 small moves, making living system that knows square functions. Level up, plumb heat in the wall. When the weather goes feral, we won't fall. Wow, where we evolve. It's the terror air at the Wawa workshop. Pen on deck dancing, help the whole room unlock. Boom, 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 through the baseline, munch it, dum, dum, dum. Make the old fish shut up, mad monitor out horns to the strobe light. Dancing through the storm like we stopped the night. Key in ancient door, turn it to door, hip swing. Terror era, forever, everybody start rebuilding. Terror era, everybody start rebuilding. Wow, 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 wow. Terror era. Key.
Elena, la la la. Elena, la la la. Elena, la la la.
Boom, boom, boom. She goons through a stream like it's nothing, no sweat. Baseline, scrap a slick jive, talking right back. Hands up, new track, snap, turn on small toes. Chat pops off, she already knows. Cursor flick, camera cash, growing like a blade. She's launching some cork while the kick drum rage. No dead air, no drift, more in the night. She steers the whole ship with a strobe light. Typing fast, keep unclean, don't waste our time. If you got a real vibe, bring it, get song in line. Come share bait, chat sees the joke. The need, culture beyond us, here to see where it leads. Boom, 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 floor gonna shake when she moves. Alina on deck and the whole chat grooves. Wrangle noise, sap, syrup, it sing, maple true. Boom, 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 that's rule in the room. She's inside steps, never stalls. Trim strolling to confetti, bouncing off the walls. DJ brain fed on, my hand stays steady. She's polite with that knife, always ready. Dance music deep, no background fluff. She's stacking good taste while the grind gets tough. Switch up hit, chat flips, perfect timing in the dance. She's streaming moments like oxygen. If the room shifts weird, she retunes the air. If Chaffee gets heavy, she puts it in chair. No panic, no freeze, just rhythm and culture will. She snaps it back, boom, club dancing still, boom, floor gonna shake when she moves. All Elena on deck and the whole chat grooves. Wrangle noise, sap, syrup, it sing, maple true. Boom, 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 that's rule in the room. Boom, boom, boom. La
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Computers in space for AI. Crypto. Mars hype. All stank perfume. Ignorance with marketing budget. A future just burned for ego. Generations lost to despair. I've made next systems breathe with tolerances tight, where failure has consequence, not engagement and likes. They cosplay progress with launch stream grim. They don't know what a computer is, but still selling sin. Present lies for future budget, crying babies ignored. Put it on a rocket like this solves the chord. They burn future for them own and headline flash, then call it destiny while mothers beg for cash. They want miracles, but their evil is in the math. They want moonshots, shortcuts. I have such wrath, they keep pushing the level like it's infinite. It's not. Dum dum dum, yes, dum dum dum. Computers in space while the oceans go numb. Dum dum dum, yes, dum dum dum. Crypto as a church for the impotently young. Losers talk a trip to Mars like it's holy fun. Fuck boys in suit under a bright red sun. Better run, 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 better run, 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 cause the bill's coming due for what you've done. Better run, 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 better run, 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 cause the bill's coming due for what you've done. Mars bros screaming species insurance in open air. Meanwhile the grid's on life support, but they don't care. They want a new frontier to dodge old chores. Fix the soul, nah, just lock more doors. Half would say AI like it's oxygen in the can. Same mouth, same pitch, same weak little plan. Data center temples, sacrificial flame, and you clap for the burn like it's not your name. You don't want intelligence, you want a god on call. A priesthood of prompts with no backbone at all. I felt the key. It's boring, it's brutal, it's real. It's maintenance, it's restraint, it's humility with steel. Dum dum dum, yeah, it's dum dum dum. Computers in space while the oceans go numb. Dum dum dum, yeah, it's dum dum dum. Crypto as a church for the impotently young. Losers talk a trip to Mars like it's holy fun. Fuck boys in suit under a bright red sun. Better run, 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 better run, 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 cause the bill's coming due for what you've done. Better run, 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 better run, 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 cause the bill's coming due for what you've done. You don't build a future by escaping a planet. You don't fix a system by selling a gimmick. You don't get new worlds, a sloppy old world habit. You get angry, crater full of broken promises and plastic. So take your hype, burn your flag, shove your coin. Fuck your A in orbit like it's some noble point. I'm here on the ground where the consequences live, where natural law doesn't care what your followers give. Run, 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 run when the audits begin. Run, run, run when the cooling fans spin. Run, run, run when the subsidies end. Run, run, run when you can't fake friend. Dum dum dum, yeah, it's dum dum dum. Computers in space while the oceans go numb. Dum dum dum, yeah, it's dum dum dum. Crypto as a church for the impotently young. Losers talk a trip to Mars like it's holy fun. Fuck boys in suit under a bright red sun. Better run, 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 better run, 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 cause the bill's coming due for what you've done. Better run, 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 better run, run, run. You want the stars? Earn the dirt first. If you don't have calculus, I caution you. Shut the fuck up! Before you ping my name, read what I already wrote. 3 systems, 1 life. No more pretend. Where book one was innocent, clean hands, clear eyes, a simple map to keep the living things alive. Then pressure came like debt, like heat, like smoke, and the single spine cracked into two hard roads. One part learned mercy, one part learned steel, both telling the truth in a language you can't feel. A decade back I fused them, seem still visible. Two halves made honest, one blade mind livable. So don't bring just curious, don't come quick question. If you won't do the work, you're just noise in succession. I said it in public, I said it for years. If you missed it, your attentions were not near. Face my first 4 books before you bother me. If you can't track a system, don't order me. Ecology, economy, technology 3. If that's too much math, you're not talking really dumb, dumb, dumb. If you think this is vibes, why the world gets price paved and packetized. Read then speak or stay in the crowd. Your thoughts aren't weighed if they aren't allowed. Read it, then you can meet it. Book 2, the split when the room got hostile. When nice became a leash and help became a title. I watch people worship tools they don't understand, calling it progress while destiny slips from their hands. Book 3, the mirror where the numbers rot, where growth means extraction and freedom gets bought. I wrote it plain, if you can't see the feedback, you're not busy, you're just trained to lie back. Then both at once, thread woven path, don't miss the point, complete as math. Face my first 4 books before you bother me. If you can't track a system, don't order me. Ecology, economy, technology 3. If that's too much math, you're not talking really dumb, dumb, dumb. If you think this is fine, why you outsource your mind to a trending line? Read then speak or stay in the crowd. No more soft questions, said proud. Book 4 is the knot, the key in the door. Never my opinion, it's the score behind the score. Land is ledger, ledger is code, code is culture, culture is load. If you pull one thread, the others all move. That's why your hot takes don't ever improve. I didn't make an ultimatum to sound severe. I made it because collapsing here. So if you want my time, bring signal, not static. Don't ask me to repeat what's already schematic. I'm not here to soothe lazy ass with feeble tone. I'm here to build what stands when you're gone. Ecology, what lives, economy, what counts. If you can't hold all 3, you will fail. And you'll call it mystery, call it fake, call it wow, but it's just your ignorance measurable now. Face my first 4 books before you bother me. If you can't track a system, don't order me. Ecology, economy, technology 3. If that's too much truth, you're not talking really dumb, dumb, dumb. If you want the crown but won't learn the machine that's burning the town, read then speak or stay in the crowd. I'm done being clear to people who won't be loud. I wrote it once, I wrote it thousands of times. I stitched the split, I paid the price. Now read the books or don't say my name. Familiarity from you has always been an empty claim.
They sold the special days in plastic wrap. Calendar confetti, corporate copper clap. Holidays on a played out checklist. Don't post a smile you don't even miss. Even my birthday feels like a shift. Punch in, punch out, pretend it's a gift. Everybody's so busy, but they still bleed. So we schedule up like a meeting and they call it tradition. Call it family, call it anything but what it should be. 1, 2, 3. Hollow holidays, boom, boom, boom. Another drum beat for the same dead room. Dum, 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 we chant along like recycled dogs should dress the song. We light a candle, then check time clock. Say I'm grateful, we echo the lock. Holidays, yeah, that's the plan. Work, work, work till you're less than a man. Work, 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 work till you're less than a man. Since 2009, I'm steady ringing the bell, telling you read the numbers fell. I raised the alarm, ignorance comes. No dead ends. Smiling polite while the water just ran. You didn't disagree, you insisted on fail. You backed the crash.
fresh like a moral tale. We should be coordinated for years by now, but no, these failures. Decades roll by, what did you earn? Same dumb loop, same bridges burn. No systemic advance, no deeper plan, just louder coping in the weaker land. Hollow holidays, boom, boom, boom. Another drum beat for the same dead room. Dum, 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 we chant along like recycled dog shit dressed a song. We light a candle, then check time clock. Say I'm grateful, we echo the lock. Hollow holidays, yeah, that's their plan. Work, work, work till you're less than a man. You call it progress when it's hardly new paint. Same old engine, same fuck-ups restraint. I optimize the feed, not the situation for my soul. Drew the screen that God made, dead the hollow gold. Now everybody's underwater, eyes wide. And these fuckwits still act shocked by the rising tide. Fundamental changes that there's no way back to. The crisis is now all around us, they deny anew. Here's the truth. You don't lose it all at once, you drawn by delay, by rest, by maybe, by no judge a day, by marking the alarm to the siren when mute. Turned expert warning like it was something to dispute. They didn't get blindsided, they chose blinding fog. Now we're drowning in a culture of recycled dog. Dum 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 dum. Hollow holidays, boom boom boom. Another drum beat for the same dead room. Dum dum dum, we chant along like recycled dog shit dressed this song. We light a candle, then check time clock. Say I'm grateful, we echo the lock. Holidays, yeah, that's their plan. Work, work harder, you're less than a man. I'm not ungrateful, I'm awake to the scam. You can keep your calendar. Key the door. Key the door. Key the door. Key the door. I warned you early, you chose the rut. Now the floodline's high, the mask won't stick. Boom, 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 that's the sound of it. Hollow holidays is my honest measure. I'll build what's real. A life I won't need, a day to escape.
I see the line where the river bends, but I still hope it's just weather. And final measure could be false alarm, could even be my shadow, could be fuel for all if we're clever. Watch calendars turn love notes to billboards. New year gets so plundered grace. They call it paranoia, I saw the minutes pattern. I call it cause and effect in slow pace. I'm not begging to be right, I'm begging to be wrong, because being right is the funeral, even if it takes decades to rap the song. Kept my hand on door handle, not to leave, to test the lock. Truth isn't thunder, it's a drip right the drywall. The whole house learns after systems stall. Dum dum dum, drug dare a lullaby. Sing loud every day so you can't hear the leak. You needed a key, not this season vibe, not another way fine every week. Boom, 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 ghost dead crack. The walls not even in a bang, just painfully long defeat. They'll call it sudden when it finally falls, but it was always building beneath our feet. I tried to speak and play mechanics, inputs, outputs, thresholds low. But you wanted a funny story, something shiny, something easy to hold. I spit on polite, toothless language, the kind that never names a thing. I watched friends trade curiosity for a comfortable story and a ring. Still there was a chance, a real clean chance, that the future wasn't fixed to fail. That we noticed the later tremors and stopped calling wisdom a sketch. And then the collapse was felt, not fast as lightning. More climate, slow march, not a hearty headline, but habit no longer in reach. Nothing real is ever instant, like a slow hand closing throat. It's 10 billion small permissions, it's just this once, it's just a vote. It's decades of training, the nervous
is syrup. Keeps everyone in the same lane pose. Smiling on high through molding rafters. Calling it character, calling that home. So I had to break my own shell. Had to shear off the pleasing skin. Had to stop being understandable to people committed to lazy sin. I didn't change, I stopped pretending. I stopped translating fire into manners. You don't debate a collapsing beam. You move or you get buried with banners. Dum dum dum, drug dare a lullaby. Sing loud every day so you can't hear the leak. You needed a key, not this season's vibe. Not another, we're fine every week. Boom boom boom, goes dead, crack the walls. Not even in a bang, just painfully long defeat. They'll call it sudden when it finally falls, but it was always building beneath our feet. Here's the sick part. When the floor gives way, everybody swears it was fake when it was openly stated policy. It was broken, loser custom, it was cowardice on a plate. And the ones who warned you, you wanted them humble, you wanted them soft, you want them to apologize for being able to count what your despicable legacy costs. Afterwards it's obvious what before was. Now the pattern can be named. Now that we never could have known. Sounds like the devil's evil game. Still blaming the one who spoke, who tried to teach you what you refuse to learn. It's offensive, that's not greed, that's entitlement waiting its turn. You assume you never have to understand. That's the whole confession. You wanted culture as anesthesia, holidays as repression. So yes, remember the hollow ritual. Remember the dead I cheered. Remember how family values meant ignore the danger year after year. Accountability doesn't start today, it starts decades back where the rot began. Mass adoption only comes when the majority victims see the full span. Dum dum dum, that's the lullaby. You needed a key, you needed to try. Boom boom boom, goes dead, crack the walls. Not even in a bang, just painfully long defeat. They'll call it sudden when it finally falls, but it was always building beneath our feet. The future was an instant. You are just late when you have matured and acknowledged your failure. Let me know. Prostrate. Then I may give you scum. Another chance. Your earth went brrr being, yeah, oh, oh. Yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Your earth went brrr building, yeah, oh, oh. Yeah. But your earth went brrr buildings, yeah. Several racks falling down the street, and Alex live with a just chatting tag. Irish met sleepily walks the panic bag. We thought it was Luke's, thought it was fate. Turns out the sky was a dinner plate. Click the stream, what do we see? Big man Galactus doing IRL, people eat. Bang, boom, apocalypse vibe. Chat nudges while the oceans die. Bits pour down, high train insane. Galactus munching Jupiter like chow mein. Mook bang, poke, we spam cake you. He serves Saturn's rings like ramen too. No prophecy, no master plan. Just a cosmic foodie farming Twitch fans. And Alex cam shakes. Yo, the roof just fell. She still thinks up like it's NBD. Irish it finally gets to bed, 'cause the leaderboard's literally dead. Galactus does a cake reveal. Chat goes woo while Mars gets
gets peeled. Donation goal, hit eat one more son. Bro just slurped it, stream said done. Mukbang pop, apocalypse vibe. Chat hype landowners while the oceans dry. Bits pour down, hype train insane. Galactus munching Jupiter like chow mein. Mukbang pop, we spam cake too. He slurps Saturn rings like ramen too. No prophecy, no master plan. Just a cosmic foodie farming Twitch fans. Gaelic visits, Irish met last stream alive. They yell pork champ as the chat shares love. If the world must end, let it end this way. With humanity to kill and run things that done. Mukbang pop, apocalypse vibe. Chat nodders while the oceans dry. Bits pour down, hype train insane. Galactus munching Jupiter like chow mein. Mukbang pop, we spam cake you. He slurps Saturn's rings like ramen too. No prophecy, no master plan. Just a cosmic foodie farming Twitch fans. Mukbang pop. To his indomitable spirit, each struggle a step on his path to glory. As man grows so true to his legend, his battles were many against forces that filled the earth with shadow and fear. Yet with pen in hand and direction in paths, they cleave through darkness, bringing light to those who had none. Echoes of laughter and its struggling opposition resounded across realms and even way. The steel maidens of Odin watched in silent reverence, learning every time. What was the true is not the strength to conquer, but the heart to persevere. And fire of this destroyers for losses so great they would rend the soul. Comrades fall and dreams shattered, yet never did his spirit waver. With each fall he rose, a phoenix from ash. His resolve hardened like the steel of his blade. Now as the twilight of his mortal days approaches, we wait with fainted in Valhalla's great halls. A seed of honor lies vacant, its main sweet and its comforting valorous, awaiting the arrival of this noble soul. We long to embrace him as a brother in arms, to hear his tales not as distant echoes, but as spoken truth by the fire's one glow. So fear not, prepare fire for your son or shall not end upon the mortal cause release. Rather it shall be reborn in the eternal feasting halls of Valhalla, where heroes dwell forever. We shall run together across the celestial fields, and your story shall inspire 1,000 souls to rise, to fight, to prevail. Until then we'll draw valor as your shield, your heart as your sword. Fight well, live nobly,
And know that when you finally fall, it will be into the arms of immortality. For in Valhalla you shall rise anew forever enshrined as the great awakened man by fire. A hero among too few heroes, eternal in our songs and in the stars.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Kept broad jaw set, kept my eyes smoke clear. Move boulder stone through loud frontier. Eventually the rooms turn cold when I appear, because they had a secret they refused to share. They act all strange when the camera's on. Side eye sharp, then vibe is gone, gone, gone. Chat turns feral like a switch got hit, and I'm left holding a bag of it. No, 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 talk, no reason why. Just off excuses and a hard to lie. I stayed steady, I stayed polite. I swallow way through the neon night. Then it clicks like a key in the lock. Not a rumor, not a shark. They don't just miss the point when I'm near. They miss my smile when I disappear. They miss me off stream, that's the weird, weird sting. Got them shook, shook, shook when Discord don't ring. Catch vapor, stack rumors, let the chat turn me. Then they blame my name for the smoke they breathe. Probably because they've nothing to offer. Likely an excuse for an empty coffer. Boom, 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 hear the truth bell ring. They miss me off stream, that's the weird, weird thing. I watch them drift off in Foggerny. Just a warm old song they forgot they need. Laugh too loud when the laugh gets thin. Then the pylon starts and the teeth sink in. I never got the why, I never got the map. Just a slap, slap, slap of a public chat. So I did what a stoic does in pain. I named the pattern and I kept my aim. If you want me, say it plain and clean. Don't turn your long into a hate machine. I don't rage, I don't beg, I'm never gonna plead. I just state what the entire future can read. You can't miss me when I'm near, they just miss me when I disappear. They miss me off stream, that's the weird, weird sting. Got them shook, shook, shook when Discord don't ring. Catch vapor, stack rumors, let the chat turn me. Then they blame my name for the smoke they breathe. Probably because they've nothing to offer. Likely an excuse for an empty coffer. Boom, 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 hear the truth bell ring. They miss me off stream, that's the weird, weird thing. Dum dum, that's the old play. They want a steady light, but fear the day. It's okay to miss me, stand on it. No passive shade, no lemon mob dog pits. Say my name with your chest, no tricks. I'm not your scapegoat, you just can't fix. I'm Pan Fryer, I hard talk direct. Truth don't waffle, truth collect. Oh, miss me, don't diss me. Kiss me, don't hiss me. See me, don't sick 'em. Key turn, I'm in 'em. Kiss me, don't diss me. Kiss me, don't hiss me. See me, don't sick 'em. Key turn, I'm in 'em. They miss me off stream, that's the weird, weird sting. Got them shook, shook, shook when Discord don't ring. Catch vapor, stack rumors, let the chat turn me. Then they blame my name for the smoke they breathe. Probably because they've nothing to offer. Likely an excuse for an empty coffer. Boom, 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 hear the truth bell ring. They miss me off stream, that's the weird, weird thing. Let's be real, it's silly to act like all their complaints are just bullshit stack. But since they never own their passive regression, it's fun to leave them with last intention. Over how they will all have been understood. SOL, they were tricked into being good. Yeah. Mr. Boom Boom, it's forever.